Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 530 News on Q2, Montana's news leader.
Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Jay Cohn.
And I'm Jeanelle Slade. A Billings man died today when his experimental aircraft crashed into a hangar at the Billings airport.
This accident happened just before 1 this afternoon at the far west end of the airport. The private experimental recreational vehicle known as a gyrocopter crashed into a private hangar. Now, gyrocopters are very similar to helicopters. They do, though, tend to be smaller and fly both lower and slower. There were no witnesses to the accident today. It was reported by a bystander who heard the crash. The pilot was the only occupant of the copter.
Airport Director of Aviation and Transit Kevin Plone tells us the aircraft pilot had not been in contact with the tower and air traffic control had to be notified of the accident.
We were notified that there had been an accident out on the west end of the airport. Apparently a person was in an experimental gyroscope and somehow crashed into a hangar. Nobody witnessed it. There was a tenant out there who had actually heard the commotion, and after a bit he went and checked it out, and that's when we were notified that something had happened.
And there is one deceased, the pilot, who is a 74-year-old male from the Billings area. But ultimately our role here now at this point is to secure the scene, which we will wait until the FAA or the NTSB comes and takes over, and we're just going to secure the role for the scene for that period of time. Once they come and they take over, it will be their investigation to determine what's happening and where things are going with that investigation.
And the FAA and NTSB investigators are expected to arrive in Billings tomorrow.
Plone tells us these investigations often take months to resolve.
State leaders say so far this season they've spent less money than usual on fighting fires across Montana. MTN's Jonathan Ambarian takes a closer look at the latest data.
The Montana Department of Natural Resources and Conservation says overall it's been a quieter fire season than usual. GNRC leaders updated the State Environmental Quality Council Wednesday on the state's wildfire outlook.
It is a very considerably different story than when we spoke to you this time last year.
By this time in 2017, more than 1 million acres had burned across the state, and DNRC had spent more than $62 million. This year it's been closer to 100,000 acres burned. The state started the season with just $8 million in its fire suppression fund, and they've only spent $4 to $5 million. Fire damage hasn't been spread evenly around the state. Northwestern Montana was hit especially hard, with fires like the Howe Ridge in Glacier National Park.
At least in northwestern Montana, it was a tough fire year. The reason you're not seeing those dollars necessarily on the state is most of it was federal protection, but we were there every day with the feds helping out.
While DNRC fought fewer fires overall, leaders say they still had to deal with some resource shortages. Especially in August, the number of fires burning around the country made it harder to bring incident management teams into Montana.
Our fire environment just continues to get more and more challenging. So even on a relatively easy year, we have a period during the peak of fire season where we run out of resources, out of key resources, where we have to work together. We have to coordinate with our interagency partners.
DNRC leaders say they remain optimistic, but they're reminding people it's still extremely dry across much of the state.
As we look out, we don't see that season-ending event coming yet.
In Helena, Jonathan Ambarian, MTN News.
Thanks, Jonathan. Now, the Environmental Quality Council also discussed possible bills to adjust the state's fire assessment fee. Right now, owners of forested property must pay the state a fee supporting wildfire protection. The council is looking at several proposals to expand that fee to other landowners.
A sigh of relief for a group working to keep the genetic bloodline of Pryor Mountain's wild horses thriving. This after a federal judge recently granted a temporary restraining order to prevent the Bureau of Land Management from removing 17 of those horses from the range.
But now the group has a new goal to expand the range and the herd. Q2 tagged along with Ginger Catherines, a documentary filmmaker, as she checked on the one particular band of horses near Lovell, Wyoming. She is also the executive director for the Cloud Foundation. The Pryor wild horse herd consists of about 150 horses.
Catherine says the removal would have meant the Spanish colonial bloodline would be lost. The Pryor herd is world famous and Catherine says brings an economic bonus to the area. She says her work now is to find a way to grow it.
Down here, of course, is a very low quality forage, so you have to have very few horses. But down at the north end of the range, there's a beautiful land that used to be used by the horses. We think maybe we could work on getting that back for the horses so that people who drive on this wonderful paved highway will pretty much be insured not to have to look and look and look, but we'll be able to see wild horses.
Now, court documents state the BLM gathered those horses to prevent overgrazing and damage to the land.
Federal District Court Judge Susan Waters granted the restraining order against the BLM earlier this month. Catherine says in that ruling, Judge Waters ordered the BLM to work with the Cloud Foundation on a new management plan for the herd.
Investigators still trying to figure out why several horses were left to die on Fort Peck tribal lands last month.
The Roosevelt County Sheriff's Office is now interviewing a number of people across several counties. The horse carcasses were found near a dried-up pond on property that butts up against Highway 13. A veterinarian out of Glasgow was called in to examine the animals.
The Roosevelt County Sheriff's Office hopes to release more information about that investigation next week. Billings School Board trustee Bruce McIntyre, a longtime liaison for the Billings Chamber of Commerce and community advocate, has died.
McIntyre passed away at the age of 81 Tuesday, but he leaves behind a storied legacy in Billings and Helena. McIntyre had just retired from the Billings Chamber of Commerce in 2017. He played a key role in lobbying for the successful passage of Billings school levies in 2007, among other strides to boost education in the Billings area. He also served as the Chamber's Governmental Relations Director.
McIntyre joined the Billings School Board in 2016 when he was selected to replace trustee Rob Rogers, who resigned. Officials with Billings Public Schools expressed their sentiments and tributes about McIntyre's love and passion for education, students, and the city of Billings. Coming up on tonight's 5:30 News, there's no pulling the wool over these scientists' eyes. They're improving the sheep industry. We'll find out how.
And in sports tonight, Scott Breen shows us why it didn't take long for seniors volleyball girls to recover from some early miscues.
And coming up in weather, looks like our weather will continue to be stuck on very nice and very autumn-like for the next 7 days. We'll have the rest of the forecast coming up in a few more minutes.
You're watching MTN News with Jay Cohn and Jeanelle Slade. Storm Tracker weather with Bob McGuire and sports with Scott Breen. This is the 5:30 News on Q2, Montana's news leader.